And just like that, the next episode has begun. Welcome back to Ace Attorney Dual Destinies. I am your host, MegaShadowFist. I suck at video games, I suck at commentary. And when we last left off, what were we doing, ladies and gentlemen? Why do I always ask that every single time? Well, actually, the reason why I ask what we were doing is because usually I forget what we were doing in the previous episode, and I need like a couple seconds to remind myself, despite the fact that the screen is right in front of me. Anyway. With that tangent aside, when we last left off, we were talking about Prosecutor Blackwell, so let's go ahead and continue. The hunt I've been on for the Phantom of 7 years past continues even still. 7 years past? A phantom, huh? And not one of the friendly variety either, I gather. No Phantom of the Opera? Haunted for 7 years. I mean, come on. What else happened 7 years ago? Duh. The Phantom of 7 years past. Any idea who or what he was talking about? Not a clue. But he seems to think that this Phantom is behind this whole incident somehow. Wait a minute. He thinks they may be connected to this case? Yep. This case has way too many similarities to what happened 7 years ago. For starters, that case happened right here at this very space center too. Exactly! Exactly! And in both incidents, a threat was issued via telephone. Well, I didn't know that, but... So that's why Prosecutor Blackwell thinks this incident is the work of the Phantom. Well, that's not the entire reason. I mean, if you want to talk about 7 years ago... That's when Prosecutor Blackwell was found guilty of murder. Uh-huh. Yep. That makes the case what started the whole dark age of the law. So you see how this Phantom and Prosecutor Blackwell's conviction might be related. Yeah, I can see why he'd think that. This incident, the Phantom, not to mention Blackwell's past, it's almost inconceivable that they would come to a head here. This might sound crazy, but Prosecutor Blackwell can't possibly believe Mr. Starbuck is a Phantom person, right? I mean, he was acting kind of strange during the last trial and all. The prosecution appears to be ready as well.
Silence.
Not yet. I'm not quite ready yet. Gah! Ah! No, I doubt he thinks Mr. Starbuck is his Phantom, but I do get the feeling that he thinks the defendant has ties to them, which is why he's acting so impatient. He's got a personal grudge against Mr. Starbuck, and that's not real justice. I've always trusted in Prosecutor Blackwell's judgment until now, but this time, I'm just so overwrought about it all. If he's lost his ability to think rationally, I'm afraid it might lead to a false conviction. I've never seen Detective Wright so tormented. This must be why he's been so cooperative. Don't worry, that's exactly what we defense lawyers are working to prevent. I feel bad for Prosecutor Blackwell, but I'm going to be rooting for your team this time. But don't tell him that. You have to promise me you won't. Detective Fulbright, I guess I was wrong about you. Isn't this like... I don't know. I feel like... Nah. I swore to reform Prosecutor Blackwell and make him a valued member of society again. So I can't just sit by and watch him give in to his emotions and tear the defendant apart. You are the only ones who can stop him in court. You really care and want what's best for Prosecutor Blackwell, don't you, Detective? Leave the courtroom to us. It's not like we want a guilty verdict either. I was hoping you would say that. I'm really grateful to the two of you. To show my thanks, I'll give you another bit of information. It's about the eyewitness. I saw her hanging around the Space Center entrance a little while ago. There's another one. Really? Then let's go find her, Mr. Wright! Thanks, you two. I feel a lot better now that I've been able to get that off my chest. I'm going to work extra hard to find that perfect piece of evidence for you. In justice we trust on 3. 1, 2, 3. In justice we trust. Okay, later. There he goes! Wait, were we supposed to say, and just as we trust back there too? Yes? Let's go see that witness now! Alright, the Space Center entrance it is. December 19th, Cosmos Space Center entrance. The witness must be around here somewhere. What? Hello? Hello? Uh-oh. Don't tell me the witness is a robot. I figured it was a robot, but I wasn't quite sure if it was Punk or not. Hello? Come over here! Hello? Hello? Are you sightseeing? Are you lost? Are you... I am Klonko. Ponko and Klonko. I don't know why, but this robot is kind of freaking me out. Alright, you're not supposed to be wandering around. Oh. Okay, so that completely gets rid of my thought. That completely gets rid of my theory. Miss Robot Lady. Okay. Do we know her age yet? We don't even know her name, so... Punko. Okay, so what voice are we gonna give this lady, huh? I threw a wrench in my idea. But, But, 7 years ago, like Athena and the... I was like, I was like, one of these has got to be her mom. So maybe not the left one. We haven't seen the girl and the lady on the far right, so maybe I don't know at this point. I come up with crazy theories. But there's a reason why I stick to them. Is because 65% of the time they're right. Let's see here. Let's see here. I don't even know what voice to give this lady. Again? I've had it with you, hunk of junk. Yeah! I'm outside. Am I wandering? When did this happen? Okay, welcome back, hunk of junk. You don't know how close you came. If you didn't snap out of it, I was gonna put you in the curb on trash day. I don't know why I made her sound like an old lady. Nothing works better than a 42.5-degree karate chop. That's pretty, yeah, that's pretty specific. Excuse me, but are you the one who witnessed the murder? Oh, and I'm Phoenix Wright, the lead attorney for this case. How do you do? Big shot lawyers, huh? I'm Aura Blackwell. I knew it! Actually, I didn't know. I knew one of these people had to be related to Blackwell. Well, actually, I was theorizing it was going to be the woman on the right, though. So I didn't really know it. Because, like, the woman on the right had, like, a more traditional look to her, I think. Maybe the one on the right is Athena's mom, and she is related to Blackwell. That has to be it. I mean, how common is a last name like Blackwell, right? Like, there's no way that's a coincidence. She has to be like her sister, or the wife, or the cousin. How old are you? We don't have a profile picture for her yet. We'll see soon enough. She has a mole on her left neck, or on the left side of her neck, actually, which is technically our right, but still anyway. Just minor details that I notice. Do you really inspect people? Yes, I do. I really do. I don't think I don't, ladies and gentlemen. Anywho, lay the holes in. I'm a researcher developing robots here at the Cosmos Space Center. Blackwell, could you be? Okay, do you have it yet? Nope. And this good-for-nothing robot is named Hunk of Junk. My name isn't Hunk of Junk. My name is Glunko. That means Miss Aura. That's mean. Quit complaining. Your model number is Punko 2. Yeah, but Miss Aura, everyone calls me Glunko. Quit your squawking already. No, what are you doing? No, don't. Here. I don't know why I decided to do that. Give him this weird voice, but there.
Yeah, I bet you won't be talking back now. Yeah, I will obey completely.
Yikes, I better watch what wires I cross with this one. So you prefer the gun over the sword, huh? So first and foremost, I aware that I'm a lawyer. Can you tell me anything about this piece of evidence?
Even if I could, I wouldn't tell a filthy lawyer like you.
What a pleasant response. Do we have your profile yet? Age 37. Okay. Let's see, Blackwell's 28, right? Simon Blackwell? A researcher who's developing robots at the Space Center. I can't quite put a finger on it, but she seems kind of scary. A guide robot at the Space Center. She can provide information on the center and show people around. One of the robots developed by Aurora, who refers to him as Hunk of Junk. So obviously she's not Blackwell's mother. I didn't expect that to be the case. She looked too young. So 37. Okay. So actually, Athena's 18. How crazy would that be if, like, she was Athena's mom, but, like, and that made, like, Blackwell, like, her uncle or something. I mean, like, I'm not gonna consider that to be, like, my theory or anything. Like, I'm gonna put that at probably, like, a 10% chance of that actually happening. But I mean, I've heard crazier. 19? A 19-year age difference? I mean, she'd be kind of young having a baby, but, like, that's not, like, super OP crazy young, you know. But I'm still holding, like, that, the lady on the right, she still has to be related to this somehow. What a pleasant response. Terran's autopsy report. Okay. Space Center diagram. Okay. Utility knife. Okay. Bombing report. She has a heart on her belt, actually, you see? Near her belt buckle. Okay. Let's see here. Launchpad when door lock. Okay. Well, I'm going to bet that she's not going to have anything to say about any of this, is she? She didn't say nothing to nobody? I don't know what I'm talking about anymore. But when do I ever? Space Center pamphlet?
I actually don't have any interest in space. The only thing I'm interested in is robotics. I love robots. Oh, Miss Aura, I didn't realize you felt that way about me. Yeah! Ouch, 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 ouch. That kind of robots I want to make aren't rusty pieces of scrap like you. I want to create giant robots. I've actually been working on a project for a while now.
Giant robots? But, like, how big are we talking here? You know, like on a scale of Gundam to, like, Gundam. What are we talking about here, huh? I shudder to think what uses she might put giant robots to. Actually, I saw, like, it was like for Gundam's anniversary, I saw like a video. It was quite interesting. Like, there's like these two people who like grew up on like this, well, actually one of them grew, like a Russian lady who grew up on a foreign planet, and this old guy. They're talking about like their life leading up to like the war and everything with Gundam. I thought it was really cool. I'm honestly, I'm pretty sure it was. At the time, I don't believe it was subtitled in English, so, I mean, it was subtitled in Japanese, so that's how I was able to understand what the Russian lady was saying, but, I think it should be now. Like, there's no way it doesn't have English subtitles. That'd be absolutely silly if it didn't. So, you know, if it does, and I'm sure it does, I'll probably add a card if I remember to, so that you guys can check it out if you're interested in that. I thought, even if you're not really interested in Gundam, like, if you're not a super big Gundam fan, like, I'm not a super big Gundam fan. I mean, when I grew up as a kid, I totally wanted, like, I remember watching Gundam Wing, sort of. I wasn't really allowed to, but I'd sneak peeks at it every now and then. Gundam Wing, and I totally wanted one as a kid. Never got one, obviously, because this is reality. But, you know, your last name. Your last name is Blackwell. Do you have a relative in the legal profession? His last name in the Japanese version is Yugami, by the way, which is definitely not a common name in Japanese. It's actually kind of like Yagami, actually, like Yagami, which is like Yagami Raito. which obviously is not a common last name in Japanese either. Like, that's actually a very creepy last name, Yagami. Like, especially because it's written with, like, so isn't it, it's written with the kanji for, like, night and the kanji for, like, god. And then it's written the kanji for moon, which somehow is read as Hareto because, you know, manga. Anyway, that has nothing to do with Ace Attorney, so let's get back into things. Your last name is Blackwell. Do you have a relative in the legal profession?
You are correct, Simon Blackwell used to be a prosecutor as... Shut up. Only speak when I order you to speak. Simon is my little brother. You know him.
Okay, so they are, so that's what I figured. So, yeah, she is the sister. Yes, we met him in court a few times. Right, Athena? Okay, so, yeah. Okay, so, like, it seems... I don't know.
What a dull creature. Has her switch been turned off?
Athena being shy. This is new.
Oh yeah, I heard he is prosecuting again, despite being a prisoner. Why doesn't he just stick to solving disputes among inmates in prison, right? Hey, what do you think, hunk of junk?
Miss, alright, that hurts.
I'm asking you a question. Why don't you answer me, useless hunk of junk?
Miss Sora, you should told me to only speak when you order me to speak.
I told you to never talk back to me. You're worth more as a scrap.
Robot abuse, hawk attacks. Blackwell family life must sure be interesting.
Well, do you have any other questions? Wait, of course you do. You're a lawyer. It's not like I'm on Simon's side or anything. I just want to get this over with.
The witness. So, you're the person who witnessed the incident.
That's right. I was on the 4th floor of the main building, in the robotics lab. The explosion disabled the elevators, so I lowered my emergency ladder like the detective leading the evacuation told me to. But it was such a pain. Why couldn't they have used the ladders in the other rooms?
It must have been a very troubling experience. Probably best to just humor her here.
Then, as I passed by the 3rd floor boarding lounge, went one window on my way down, I saw the crime as it happened. And that's about it.
So you saw the crime as it happened, and that's about it. I see.
Wait, what? You saw it being committed?
This is no time to just nod and repeat. So you saw into the 3rd floor. So you saw into the 3rd floor lounge. The very scene of the crime.
That's right. There's a small window on the right side of the room. I looked through that from the outside. The room was pitch black, but I saw a shady figure holding a lighter in their hand and a knife in their right.
That must have been the culprit. Did you see who that person was?
Of course not. The power's out on the floor then, and there was only that tiny window.
I see. But you didn't witness the moment of the murder.
Yes, I saw the figure with the lighter raise their knife end. It happened at precisely 10 a.m.
10 a.m., she says. Okay, this autopsy report with absolutely no details about the time of death. Oh, this is such a grade A ops. Oh, look at this. Cause of death, stabbing. Oh, this is such a great autopsy report. I'm so happy. Why am I acting so mad? I don't even know. Did you witness anything else? Did the killer have any distinguishing features?
I already told you, it was pitch black in there. Although, I didn't notice that lighter that person had in their left hand had a pretty ornament on it. It looked like a planet. It was blue, like a little Earth emblem.
Not a fire emblem?
They had good taste in knickknacks anyway.
An Earth emblem on the lighter. I better remember that. Wait, hold on. Aurora's autopsy report add to the court record. Let me see something real quick. Hold on. Let me look at your... He does not have... For some reason, I thought he had like a pipe in his mouth. So anyway, I could see you guys in the next episode.